How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some ghost sightings that are starting to freak the internet out. But as always, before we dive into these fascinating stories, remember to hit that subscribe button for more scary content just like this. This peculiar haunting was uploaded by GI Try TV. The mysterious footage seems to have captured something truly bizarre. The video opens up with a rather messy workshop. There are various items strewn about the room without the camera focusing on anything in particular. There isn't a single sign of human activity within the entire warehouse. After a few seconds, something eerie and unexplainable occurs. Starting from the right side of the screen, there's a small white line about the width of a can making its way into view. It flows through the air in a long, thin line before making its way out of the doorway to the left. It then curves almost like a snake or bullet train banking around a corner. It's translucent and at least 10 feet long. Just as soon as it arrives, the mysterious apparition leaves and nothing's left in its wake. Even more bizarre is the fact that certain parts of it are more solid than others. Could this indicate there are multiple ghosts travelling in a row, or perhaps their souls following each other and are connected in some way? Tony Ferguson has brought his ghost whispering A game with his new video from the haunted BODMIN jail. This scary video starts out in a location where criminals and various heinous men in history have faced trial and execution. Some believe it's common for spirits to hang around in places of despair such as this, and with so much death in one place, you might expect to see a few eerie entities. This is exactly what happened for Tony and his team. The team of investigators committed to spending nearly the entire afternoon and evening inside of BODMIN jail, keeping their eyes peeled for any supernatural happenings. Although it seemed very quiet for most of the afternoon, once the sun started to set, eerie things began to occur. Everything from strange noises to apparitions started to make their presence known.
Something moved in front of them. Oh, I saw that.
The ghost whispering endeavour culminated in the creepy appearance of a black cloaked apparition at the end of a hallway. It has what looks like a shaved head and an old school coat that drapes down past its legs. The ghostly figure doesn't look at the crew at all, but rather continues on its way. It seems to move with a purpose. Each fluid step is soundless. The YouTube channel Pasillo Infinito delivers another amazing encounter. This hospital seems to have some supernatural beings living within its walls. The video opens up with a view of the hospital hallway, and at first there doesn't appear to be anything amiss. Seconds later, out of nowhere, the lid of the nearby garbage can begins to spin. It turns and turns before stopping at an odd angle. The videographer is startled and jumps back, but before they're able to compose themselves, they encounter yet another apparition. There isn't anything they can do but shiver as what appears to be a ghost with long hair runs across the hallway. There isn't a lot of time to catch her in her sprint, but one can easily make out the body of a woman. The long hair is black and frizzy with a healthy bounce that mirrors her steps while she maneuvers her way across the hall. Nothing else is moving. There's something about the situation that screams "get out," but the camera holder remains. It isn't until it appears as though the apparition won't make an encore debut that they continue on. Do you think hospitals are more prone to hauntings? Love to get your thoughts on this mysterious piece of footage in the comments section below. New from the organisation Azteca America, which is known for reporting on more than just ghost sightings, comes an encounter with the spiritual world. Upon investigating a local schoolhouse that's been abandoned, the team quickly discovers that there are a lot of markings that couldn't have been made by humans. The stairway looks as though there's been claws scraping at it, and there have been a lot of reports of eerie figures wandering in the shadows and around the windows from outside. The team of young investigators begins to film the area in hopes of finding something that would confirm or deny any hauntings. It isn't until early in the morning that they encounter what appears to be proof of something terrifying. There isn't a lot to see at first. A figure appears that almost looks like one of the young investigators. It isn't until everyone realizes that the ghostly apparition is transparent that they understand what they're dealing with. If you slow the footage down, there is indeed something standing there. It looks to be a young girl wearing a long white dress. It took the news crew a lot of time to review the tapes to catch the exact moment after the fact. It's enough to send shivers down your spine. Nick Wilde via Desdil Masala Zerchu brings us this next video, which is a series of encounters with a paranormal being that relentlessly frightens the family living there. At first, all appears normal within the family kitchen. The videographer talks about the various ghost sightings that have occurred around their home. It isn't long until we discover just what happens in the house. The door to the washing machine opens without anyone touching it. The young man filming attempts to rationalize the encounter, but it isn't long until the microwave opens up as well. Out of nowhere, a chair falls backwards. He quickly calls over his family member to experience the encounters as well, and the chairs begin to fall all around the table. Various items in the cabinets begin to rattle over and over again before suddenly going still. Wildly, one of the cabinets swings all the way open to expose everything inside in a disheveled mess. The family keeps attempting to tidy up the chairs, but the possible poltergeist tips them over again and again. It isn't long before a bottle of water comes flying from a nearby shelf and lands across the floor at the other side of the kitchen. After this happens, the nearby bathroom sink begins to turn itself on and off, and the lighting inside also begins to flicker. While the bathroom's being investigated, a small trash can in the kitchen gets flung about 1 foot forward and hits the outside of the nearby oven. It isn't long before the chairs fall yet again. The family start picking them up, but the spirit immediately flings the chair on the far right in a different direction. A small dustpan clatters to the ground. It's not long after that a nearby bedroom begins to experience power loss. As the family looks up, the lights begin to flicker. Suddenly, all of the lights go out, and the young man screams in terror while taking refuge in the nearby bathroom. Everything turns to black, then suddenly a still image of a mysterious figure appears with glowingly malicious eyes before the video completely cuts out. I'll throw this question out to you. Where would you hide, or what would you do if your family was under attack by a malicious poltergeist? Before we take a look at a terrifying encounter with a possible sleep paralysis demon, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there. That way you'll be notified every time we upload our scary and mysterious videos. Hailing from an unknown source comes a truly terrifying encounter with the spiritual world. While not all spirits are inherently evil, there are definitely those that appear to have malicious intentions. This woman has obviously had her fair share of ghost sightings. After lying down on her sparsely populated bed, the woman shares, through captions added to the video after the encounter, that she couldn't breathe and couldn't move. She attempted to call for help of some kind, but her tongue felt numb. It was impossible for her to speak any words or communicate in general. In the video, we see that she manages to make her way out of the bed, but it isn't long until a terrifying figure rears its ghostly visage. A figure cloaked entirely in black begins to lurch upwards and rotate outwards towards the girl. Everything but its face is shrouded in darkness. The face of the apparition is as pale as snow without facial expression. It almost stares at her with a sort of hatred. It doesn't make any noise nor any overly aggressive movements. Perhaps the most terrifying aspect of this ghastly being was the absolute control it had over the poor girl's physical body, without even touching her. Have you ever encountered a sleep paralysis demon when trying to get some shut-eye? Love to hear about your experiences in the comments section below. If you want to see some more scary ghost sightings caught on camera, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a massive scary playlist there you can binge on for hours and hours. Leave us a comment down below or smash that thumbs up button. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.